Welcome to this edition of On the Scene. I'm your host, Tim Kelly. Today we're going to spend a little time talking about Suffolk Parks and Recreation. We're going to be talking about the upcoming Taste of Suffolk, winter sports leagues, before and after school care, as well as the teen summits. We got a lot on our plate today. Stay tuned. Welcome back to On the Scene, joined now by Special Events Coordinator with Suffolk Parks and Recreation, Emily Upton, who's here today to talk to us about Taste of Suffolk. I know it's summertime, but Taste of Suffolk will be rolling around pretty soon. It's coming up in early September. Wanted to let you know as far as you can put this on your calendar and look forward to a very special event. So Emily, yes. Those who have not attended a Taste of Suffolk before, what are we talking about with the event? Obviously food is tied into it because of the word taste. So.
Yeah. So it's a wonderful street festival we have in downtown Suffolk, and it's here to promote the restaurants we have throughout the whole 400 some square miles of Suffolk. So we are bringing all that we can, a wide variety of the restaurants down to Main Street to kind of give you a taste of what you can experience in the city of Suffolk. So if maybe you hadn't been up to the north end of town, if there's a restaurant you've seen there and had wanted to try, come taste a sample of what they have, and maybe you'll know where to go next time on a Friday night.
So really, again, they won't be doing necessarily full entrees. It's smaller size portions at cost, but a minimal cost, of course. But obviously they're a business, so they need to do that. But so they'll have tents and things lining North Main Street.
Yes.
But again, it's more than just the food. I mean, obviously the road shut down, so we do that so everybody can safely traverse the area right there. Plenty of parking in the downtown area, so good access there. But it's really a lot more than just the food element, isn't it?
Oh, it has definitely grown. So it started with just that restaurant concept, but it is a whole festival.
Got it.
So we have a large vendors areas from crafters to goods and service vendors. We have 2 stages with band entertainment.
Yes.
We have Wesley Spangler coming back again this year,
Very
Paul
good.
Urban, and some more.
Okay.
We also have a beer garden. Brick and Mortar is now fully running in downtown Suffolk, so he'll be there with his brewery, so you can come and taste that.
Okay, very good.
We'll have a large children's area with bounce houses, kids crafts, activities, face painting, it'll all be there.
Okay.
Just a lot of fun things to do right there on the street.
Now the kids area, is there a charge to get access to that?
No, there is no charge. So come bounce your little heart out, come get your face painted, come do some kids crafts, take homes. That's all free and included.
Now, with where we're talking about, I know I mentioned earlier it's going to be on North Main Street in downtown Suffolk, but where do the parameters, sort of where do the festival grounds, what is the boundary lines, if you will, for that?
So we go all the way up to Finney on Main Street, and then we come all the way down to Washington Street. So that's all of Main Street, and then we go from Saratoga to Commerce on Washington Street.
Now the kids area will be where in that context?
It'll be along Washington Street. So Washington Street, if you're looking for the kids area, shoot right down on there, and all the kids' activities will be right there for you.
And the beer garden will be located where?
The beer garden will be right beside the courthouse in that little cut through between their parking lot and Main Street. So nice and shaded this year. The tree coverage will be nice.
Now is there a fee to get access to that?
No, but unless you'd like to have a drink.
Got it. Okay.
That'll be on you. But otherwise, the event is free and open to the public.
Right.
So come out and enjoy the festival. Come hear the music. Come let your kids have some fun. The only thing you need to bring money for is if you wanted to taste some of the food or have a drink.
Right. And then the time when does the festival actually kick off and when does it close on that given day?
We start at 11 a.m. in the morning and we go to 5 p.m.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So the music kind of will be rolling throughout?
Goes all day long. Yep. And we have hot wing contest too on one of the stages. So if you want to come and do that as well.
A little bit of everything there.
A little bit of everything.
Now, as far as the vendors, because again, I know there's some people who have some, as you said, some crafts and some wares for sale. Yeah. That is sort of between Finney and Market? Sort of that section of North Main, is that correct?
And we'll have some new cars out there from the local dealerships in town. So it'll kind of, if you come down the street, if you're starting at Finney, you'll hit a nice car show as you walk in. Then you'll hit the vendors area, you'll hit the stage with the DJ and the contest, and then you'll come into the restaurant area and then end out in the kids area.
Parking, I know we talked about that, ample supply, but where's sort of the bigger geographical areas for people to park? Of
course, we have the large courthouse parking lot right behind there. We have First Baptist, thanks to them for letting us use their parking lot for the day. There's the Saratoga parking lot. There's the one behind the Washington Street shops. There's a few dotted right there throughout town.
Okay. And of course, with the roads blocked off, if you get stuck or get down there, there's easy signage and things, and law enforcement will help do some basic directions as far as moving people around, because we want people to have good access in and out of the venue itself. So we've been doing this for a number of years. Like you said, it seems to grow every single year. Anything just to kind of close with as far as talking about the festival that you would say to encourage people to come out who maybe haven't been before? Obviously, we hope for great weather, which of course ties everything together and makes it a great day for everybody, but just sort of that invitation to people who haven't attended before.
Last year the weather was wonderful, and we are fingers crossed that it's going to be the same again this year, but it's just a great time to come out, meet members of your community, meet your friends out at town, a great fun-free activity, especially if you got little ones. What a great way to spend a Saturday.
And you also have a website that, of course, is constantly being updated as far as noting the vendors and who's performing and the schedules and everything. So again, we'll put that URL up on the screen, but I know the dates are on there, but as you're still kind of plugging in at this early stage, who actually is going to be participating, be it on the food level, the entertainment level, or whatever. So again, check that resource out as we get a little closer to the event on Saturday, September the 8th.
Yes.
Right, perfect.
Weekend after Labor Day.
Very good. Easy to put on the calendar. And again, you get through Labor Day, schools get started and rolling, so you just need a little bit of a break. This is the opportunity, right?
Exactly.
Perfect. Well, Emily, thanks for your time today.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. We'll have more On the Scene when we return. Welcome back to On the Scene, joined now by two very special guests from our Parks and Recreation Department. We have Jamie Russell, who's a marketing specialist, and Darius Williams, who is a recreation specialist. So thank you both for being with us today.
Thank you.
Got a lot to talk about, so we'll kind of get started with the Teen Summit, which is really kind of coming up pretty soon. So Jamie, tell us a little bit about what the Teen Summit is and really what role it's going to play in the community.
Well, we're really excited. It is a time for our teens that come together from 11 to 17. There are classes and panel discussions, as well as we also offer classes for the parents or even some teen sponsors. We have groups that come, or we also have individuals. We even have some church groups that actually come as well. And so they start at 10 o'clock on August the 25th. And they'll be coming in, getting registered, and getting started with those classes from different sessions, from social media to relationships, but just kind of empowering our teens, getting them ready for going back to school.
Yeah, I was going to say connecting it with going back to school, and unfortunately they have to think about that starting this time of year. It's going to be here before you know it. But it's a good way to kind of get them relaxed, give them some good life information, not just about school, but some good coaching opportunities there. And you mentioned the care providers and the parents as well, so it really broadens it out and really brings in the community for an event like this, doesn't it?
Yes, we do have space for those parents to come.
Good.
And again, it's a free. It's a free teen summit. So
now, you mentioned on-site registration, but do you take registration in advance as well?
Yes, registration is already open. And the spaces are starting to fill up. So they can actually register on our website. But we also have a paper form as well that they can fax back to our main office. So registration is open. We're ready to take as many as we can.
When you said it's free, so really people might say, well, why do you need registration? Well, you got to know how many people are coming, right? You got to plan for the people that are going to be there.
Oh yeah, because I forgot to say we have lunch.
I was going to say. That'll bring people out right there just by itself.
Yes. So we'll have lunch after the summit, which runs from 10 to 12. And then we'll go out to Constance Wharf Park and Marina. And we'll go out there, do some giveaways. There's going to be a DJ, lots of fun. And actually, last year, our community-based, faith-based community actually pitched in and did school supplies. And it was one of the largest school supply giveaways that Parks and Rec has ever had.
Well, you know, when I think of Parks and Recreation here in Suffolk, I think of community. And as far as working with the community, giving the community the information and the things that they need, and I think it's great that y'all were doing this to kind of bring this event, you know, to them and offer and open it up to anybody that wants to participate. I mean, again, you can register in advance, which would be great. You can register the day of, right?
Yes, you can.
And of course, everything you mentioned that the after event is going to be at Constance Wharf Park and Marina. And we would like to say that the actual event itself will be held at the Hilton Garden Inn Riverfront. So again, that's in the conference center there, correct?
Yes, it is.
So you got everything at one site, correct?
Yes, we certainly do.
Perfect. So again, what time does everything kick off the day of? I know it starts with registration, excuse me, but what time does the actual event start?
It actually starts at 10.
10, okay.
So I would suggest people get there at 9. Definitely no later than 9:30.
Okay.
Because if they've already pre-registered, we want to check them in to make sure if there's anything we give away when they first get there, especially a schedule. And they'll know exactly where their classes or panel discussions are going to be.
And I'm sure y'all have a lot of staff on site as far as to direct people around the facility to know where those conferences are taking place or the little meetings are taking place.
It's almost all hands on deck.
So again, the date for that?
August 25th.
August 25th. Again.
Yes.
So again, if you haven't already registered, go online, or you can. Where can you pick up the forms? You said there's some paper forms.
At our administrative building,
Okay.
as well as our joint use facilities.
Perfect. Okay.
All of those recreation centers have those forms as well.
Very easy. Again, easy access to get to the information you need. It gets signed up for this year's Teen Summit event. Looking forward to that. Well, Darius, we'll shift gears for just a second. You're here to talk about some winter sports leagues that are taking place.
Yes, sir.
So what sports are we talking about?
So our Winter Sports League actually introduces youth basketball, youth indoor soccer, as well as youth cheerleading.
Very good. So registration, is that already underway now?
No, registration actually starts September 1st online.
Got it.
And it'll start September 3rd on site.
Okay.
And it'll actually go through October the 26th.
Okay. Now you say on site, where can people go? Is it sort of like what Jamie said, the administrative office, and can you go to the joint use facilities
Yes,
too?
sir. Yes,
You
sir.
can.
So you can go to the joint use facilities as well as our recreation centers and our administration.
Right.
The hours will be from about 5:30 to 7:30 for the athletic staff, but you can also go during the before and after school to register as well.
Gotcha. So you said registration opens September 1st.
Yes, sir.
Now when do the leagues actually start? When do they start play?
We actually do a draft in November in which the
Okay.
kids will show their talents to the coaches and they'll get to select them there.
Yeah.
But the practices actually start in December and
Okay.
the games will start in January.
And when does everything kind of wrap up? When do the playoffs or whatever you get to? At the
So
end?
the playoffs are around the beginning of March, the
Okay.
end of April.
Wow, so we got a lot of time invested there, and I'm sure they get a lot of practice in before they actually start playing games and everything, right?
Yes, sir. So
Right.
they'll have at least 2 practices before their first game,
Okay.
and then the practices are once a week.
Very good. Now, how are the ages? What is the age range we're talking about, the kids that have opportunities to play or participate again with the cheerleading? And I know they're broken up as far as age divisions as well, right?
Yes, sir. So any kid age 4 to 15 can compete with us. So we have what's called the Little or the Tinies program, which they are the 4 and 5-year-olds.
Got it.
Then we have our novice program, which are 6 and 7. We have Pee-wees, who are 8, 9, and 10.
Got it.
And just depending on if it's girls, we have midget girls who are 11 to 14.
Got it.
But we have midget guys who are 11 to 13.
Yeah.
And then the 12 to 15 guys are the juniors. There's no junior division for the girls,
Right.
because most of them, when they age to about 14, they're maybe playing high school basketball. and that type of
Gotcha.
stuff.
So what is the registration fees? What does it cost to play?
So for the littles division, it is $40 for Suffolk residents. So
Okay.
if you're a resident of Suffolk, it's $40, and it's $50 for non-Suffolk residents.
Got it.
For everyone that is 6 to 15, the registration fee is $60 for residents of Suffolk, and it's $70 for non-residents.
So, I mean, certainly you talk about athletics and kids participating, but there's one element here that I know you are always doing some recruiting for, is the volunteer coaches.
Yes, sir.
Because it doesn't work without the adults being involved to kind of help get these young people as far as, develop their skills, improve upon that. You mentioned the drafts. I mean, there definitely takes some involvement there. So how can people that are adults that want to get involved in coaching and helping out, whether you had a child in the league or not, how can you get involved?
Yes, you can go to any of our rec centers to fill out the volunteer coaches application, submit your information, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible to let you know when and where to meet us to actually get trained up, because we actually train our volunteer coaches as well.
Now, do they need to wait till September 1st, or if someone's interested now, can they go ahead and step up and?
Yes, sir. If
can?
you
Okay.
are willing to volunteer, you can actually come in as early as now to actually fill out those paperwork.
Now, what are some of the benefits you think for people that are volunteer coaches? I mean, what do they get out of it other than obviously the experience working with the kids? But I mean, as far as in the sense of, is that really the big thing? Because a lot of people you find that want to give back to the community, they just don't know how to do it. And this might be a way to do that. And do you need to be really skilled in that particular sport, or just kind of be someone that wants to get involved, organize, and help kids?
Right. Just wanting to get involved is like the main part, because as I said, we'll train you up. We'll try to give you as much information as we can on the sport and what you're interested in.
Yep.
We go through the NAES training. We'll give you some skills, some drills to use in your practices.
Yeah.
We'll also have some people help you out if we can.
Right.
So we'll take the novice coaches, the people who have little to no experience, and as well as the very seasoned, experienced coaches.
Now, where are back to this, the leagues, where are they actually taking place? Where are the games being played?
Okay, so the games are played in northern Suffolk at our Creekside Recreation Center,
Yep.
In the downtown area at Booker T
Got it.
and Mac Ben, as well as the Kings Fort Recreation Center.
Gotcha.
So depending on your actual league and division
Right.
is dependent on where you'll play at.
Now the games, are they during the week, on weekends, or is it kind of spread up depending upon what, like you said, what league you're in?
Right, so depending on your league or division, we have some games that are hosted on Friday nights, and then we have all of the others are hosted on Saturdays.
Very
so
good.
that kind of depends on your division.
Okay, so again, registration opens September 1st and concludes
On October the 26th.
and you can register online or in person.
Yes, sir.
But to register, though, you do have to provide proof of residency, again, if you're a resident.
Yes.
And what other information would a parent or a care provider need with their child to provide?
We would need proof of age for the child. That could be through a birth certificate or even a report card.
Okay.
And as far as the proof of residency, it
Yeah.
could be a Suffolk ID if it has a Suffolk address, or as well as like a utility bill.
Okay, very simple.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Well, Darius, I appreciate your information with the Winter Sports Leagues. Looking forward to that. Again, the registration starts September 1st and ends up in early October. But again, looking forward to a great winter season as far as basketball. You said indoor soccer and cheerleading, correct?
Yes, sir.
Very
Yes,
good.
sir.
So again, a lot of ages starting at 4?
4.
4
Yes,
to
sir.
15,
As early
right?
as 4. Yes,
Gotcha.
sir.
Very good. So Jamie, we're going to shift back to you. I know we mentioned back to school, and I know you hear a lot of groans probably out in the people watching this thing, and it's that time again, but it is. And again, but before and after school care, which is an important component there, and something that our Parks and Recreation Department offers as well, it's called Kid Zone, correct?
That's correct.
So where are these programs offered, and how can parents get access to them?
They are offered at our joint use facilities, which
Okay.
they are connected to our elementary schools.
Right.
So they're able to start registration and have their children to come, just walk a few steps over
Right.
to our joint use facility, which is connected to the school.
Correct.
And be able to provide some before and after care.
Now, do you have to do both, or can you just do the before or just the after, depending upon how the parent's schedule goes?
No, it just depends upon the parent's
Okay,
schedule. You
very
can
good.
actually do before care, or
Okay.
you can just do after care, or
Okay.
you can do both.
Okay.
Yeah, so we offer 3 options for
Got
you.
it. Now, what takes place at the program? What are they doing as far as when the time that they have the kids, again, the before and the after school care? What are they doing in this?
Well, we're about having fun. So we want to make sure that they have a lot of fun,
Yes.
but they're also supervising them over any homework that they may have.
Okay.
They're probably doing some games, even some arts and crafts, and even special activities depending upon the holidays that might come around during
Right.
the time of the year.
And you mentioned the holidays. When there is a school holiday, there is typically no before and after school care,
That
correct?
is
Because the
correct.
facility's not open.
That's
That's what
correct.
we're talking
That's
about there.
correct.
Okay, because I know there's some days where maybe the city, say, for example, has a holiday, but schools are open, which
Correct.
means the program is open,
That
right?
is correct.
Very good.
That
So
is
again,
correct.
the resources there for the parents to utilize as far as when the kids are in school there. So how can people register to do this? Is it online as well and in person, or how does that typically work?
Of course, you can always come to any one of our facilities, and that is one of the reasons that you have to come in, because you also have to provide us some information, just like
Exactly.
you do for the Winter Youth League.
Yes.
So we need proof of the child's grade, and even we'll allow any 4-year-olds that
Okay.
if they are registered
Yes.
for one of our Suffolk Public Schools pre-K4 programs, we will even provide care for them as well.
All right.
And then proof of residency,
Okay.
and we need 2 emergency contacts.
Gotcha.
And of course, we need your registration.
Yeah. Now, what's the fee for this? I know if you do both, it's one fee, but if you do before and after, there's some different fee levels right there, right?
Yes.
Yes.
If it is before care only for the
Yes.
entire month, it's only $95.
Beat that.
And they start as early as 6:30 in the morning.
Okay.
And then after care is $120.
Okay.
For the entire month. And
Right.
then if you would like to do both, it's $195.
Okay.
And it ends at 6 p.m.
Got it.
Yes.
Okay. Very good. So starting at 6:30 for the before and ending at 6 as far as for the after, which again
Yes.
gives us parents and care providers time to get to and from work or get over
Yes.
there to pick up their kids and get them home after they've had all the fun. They went through school, they had a chance to relax a little bit with some of the games and things you have going on. You mentioned the fact you help with homework, which I know is a
Yes.
plus to kind of get that started
Yes.
and get that process going. So again, y'all's great staff. I mean, they do so much with Suffolk Parks and Rec. They really do as far as working with kids in our community, and I think it's great. So what are the schools? Do you have the list of the schools that do participate with the program? I know you
Yes.
mentioned, I don't know if you could just run through that so the parents listening would go, okay, that's where we're talking
Yes,
about.
we have Creekside Recreation Center, and not only can they be students at Creekside, but we'll also provide transportation to and from Florence Bowser Elementary
good.
School. school, which will
Okay.
be opening up this fall.
Okay.
Now we have limited space
Right.
for
Understand.
those. So
Right.
if parents are interested, they've got to hurry up and sign up for
Gotcha.
that.
Gotcha.
Then we have MacBen, and they provide transportation also to Nansman Parkway.
Okay.
And then we have Booker T, and transportation is provided to Elephants Fork,
Okay.
Kilby Shores, and Hill Point.
Very good. Again, a lot of offerings there and opportunities really for anybody who has a child in elementary as far as in Suffolk Public Schools to get opportunity for this program. That's been going on for quite a while now, so obviously y'all know what you're doing. You got the program all straight and ready to go, again, starting when school starts.
That's
so,
correct.
Perfect. All
And we
right.
do also have our wrecking crew.
That's right.
Yes, for Kings Fork Middle School.
Got it.
So even some of the older kids,
Right.
if you're looking for a place for them, that they can go there
Now,
as
is there
well.
any transportation offered for that, or you just have to go to Kings Fork
No,
Middle?
you
for
just have to go to Kings Fork
That's
for
what I
that
thought.
one.
Okay.
Yes.
But on some of the other ones, there are some connections with
Yes.
some other schools to make that work there to kind of broaden that program out.
Yes.
But I would imagine, really in any instance where you're doing the transportation element, like you said, those spots probably fill up quickly
They do.
because you only have so much room on the
Exactly.
van or bus that's bringing them to and from. Correct?
That's correct.
Perfect. Very good. Well, again, Darius, Jamie, I want to thank you both for being with us today to talk about, again, what's going on with Suffolk Parks and Recreation. We talked about the Teen Summit, we talked about the Winter Sports Leagues, and we talked about before and after school care. So a lot of offerings there. And again, if you'd like more information about what Parks and Rec is doing in our community, go to their website, check it out. A lot of resources there to find out, again, programs, events, activities, parks that are around. So check that website out from time to time because, again, it's always being updated, information there. Great information, great programs offered by a department that really is a key player here in the city of Suffolk. So again, thank you both for being with us today.
Thank you.
And that would do it for this edition of On the Scene. I'm your host, Tim Kelly. We'll see you next time.